Most of us wake up every day thinking the same thought. There must be something wrong with me. We try harder, we compare ourselves, and you keep searching for the missing piece that we can't put together. What if all the doubts was basically due to not being able to leave your own emotional and mental patterns? And the truth is, when you start to reconnect with yourself and learn how you are meant to be, you stop to fight yourself. My name is Claudia Fischer. I'm a character structure analyst, a nutritionist, and a coach. And I'm here to help you to reconnect with your truth, to live an authentic life, and to be emotionally independent. One of the pioneers of this study was Wilhelm Reich. He discovered that the mind and the body are actually interconnected. Through his studies, he saw that our emotional defenses and our behaviors are connected with our body structure. For example, Reich showed people that usually have thinner body structure, heads that are disproportional to the body, are usually people that are very creative, introspective, and they like to live in their own mind. Also, they don't really like physical thoughts. These characteristics seen in their behavior are mirrored by the physical structure, by the shape, by the tension, and by the structure of the body. Later on, his student, Alexander Lowen, went even deeper. He noticed that the mind and the body are not two different systems. They are one single system. Through his studies, he noticed that people that carry different physical structures, they also carry emotional and behavioral tendencies. After that, he went to classify these character structures into 5 types: schizoid, oral, psychopath, masochist, and reject. And at this moment, I would like to clarify something very important. The names of the character structures are not associated with any mental disorder or illnesses. They are just names that Alexander Lowen chose to explain how people's personalities are built to be. So the word masochist doesn't really express someone that has a tendency to seek for pathological pain. Decades later, after Alexander Lowen has developed bioenergetics, came Elton Weller. He created a tool where you can precisely measure the percentage of each character trait in our personality. And the most breaking through idea is that this tool doesn't just help you to identify with precision the way you think, feel, and act. It actually gives you an ability to put in practice all the abstract knowledge that Reiki and Lowen had before. This tool presents you with a guide of how to remove your character traits from pain, how to give you the support you need to deal with your own emotional patterns. We can see clearly how the survival strategies play in our own emotional patterns, but we also can see where our superpowers are and how you direct your lives to bring all the potential that you have that before was just hidden from the pain, the struggles, and the inability to cope with what you truly are. And you are much more able to take decisions based on consciousness, clarity, and control. The character traits are the foundation of your personality. It helps you to identify emotional and mental patterns, but also helps you to identify your blind spots, the challenge that you have, and why do you go through them. The strategies that we have learned to survive back then when we were a child served us very well in that time. Now, as an adult, we need to take responsibility and evolve and develop ourselves to support our own growth. And owning our emotional patterns and accepting the way we think, we feel, and we relate to others is part of this process. Having self-responsibility and taking decisions according to our own needs is part of growing up and being an adult. The same way that it's not likely that the way you see the world is going to change, also is not likely that the other person is going to change because of us. From a young age, we are taught what is valuable, what is important, and what's acceptable. In the end, we ended up chasing these expectations that the world put on us, the expectations from other people that cannot be fulfilled with our emotion and mental patterns. And that's when we start to feel lost and broken, because we get confused between our own survival strategy with someone else's strategies of living. Each character trait that is presented in our personality as a predominant character trait is there with a purpose to guide us. And that structure is our own structure. When we run away from that perception, when you run away from our true guidance, we get lost and you know how to come home to our own self. You are not supposed to run away from how you are built to be. That's your happy place. That's where your life are more productive, more fulfilling, and more satisfying. When we try to live a life feeling the expectations of others, we almost feel broken, we feel not enough, because we are literally running away from our own truth. And that brings distress. Instead of embracing your own strategies and strengths and abilities, you want to live accordingly to someone else's abilities and not yours. Adapting is not living, it's just surviving. And what we want to do, it's actually to have a life that's worth living, a life of purpose. The goal here is to live with authenticity, to have a fulfilling life, to have a productive life, a life that's worth living. So if this content has resonated with you, I would love to have you in our WhatsApp group. The link you're gonna be in the description of the video. This is a space where you can reconnect, align, and transform your life. And please come back for our next video.